However, in the last few decades, Africa has made the mistake that whenever we have hydro projects such of this nature, we have failed to reuse that water before we send it out for irrigation. So we're happy that just around here, we've got Mutirikwe, we got right from here, Mutirikwe 1, Mutirikwe 2, and Bagala, which are all going to create 20 megawatts. It's those residents within Mashingo will notice that there's a great improvement in terms of load shedding and other things. Those little changes actually bring in a lot of investor confidence. And as we're touring the mines, we wanted to measure what is happening here and at the mines to see basically is it working. So the infrastructure development project for the province is that they're sitting with 52% of the national water bodies are in Mashingo. So because of that, as a country, we're trying to now see through devolution, how do we ensure that we maximize in terms of hydropower? How do we ensure that we release the pressure of Wange and start getting them to have irrigation schemes powered by the power that they're actually generating? In other provinces, you will find that they've got coal, they've got dams, but they are failing in some areas to do irrigation projects because they are actually saying, oh, power is a problem, or the farmers are complaining. Indeed, some of these farmers have got very huge dams, water bodies around them. So we're starting to say, let's think outside the box. In the mantra that we are simply saying that this is not a project which came from Japan, etc. These are local engineers, local money, and if we can go at this rate, we should be able to generate between 500 to 700 megawatts within Mashingo alone over the next few years. So it's a matter of us sitting down and planning and making sure that within their provincial economic development plan, we have set out well-placed agendas of how by 2030 can we initiate projects for power generation and how does that influence the investor confidence currently, which is being sought and is currently booming within Mashingo province.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
To the generality of the populace in Mashingo province. First and foremost, before this electricity generated here was fed into the national grid, we had problems of load shedding, especially our major social centers like the hospitals, the schools, talk of the industry where our manufacturing goes, there has been load shedding. So after this, there was negotiation with the distributors of electricity that as Mashingo province, we retain the electricity generated here. So there's been a remarkable change in the provision of electricity in the province. And generally, people are quite happy with that development. We are happy for the people, local people were employed as this was being developed. And at the end of the day, they are benefiting in terms of the electricity in their households, in their businesses, in the important places like hospitals, our schools.
Thank you.
Zimbabwe, to say this is one of the projects that support NDSs of the government in terms of making use of the resources we have. So in this project, we are also making use of the water for irrigation to maximize the use of the resources to produce electricity. So in terms of operation, this project operates 24 hours a day, releasing 5 megawatts into the national grid. Our offtake is at ETTC.
Can you expand on the feasibility of Mutirikwe 2 and Bangala?
Yeah, so this project releases water into the dam. So downstream, there are other locations which have been identified, probably now at a primary level, to be able to increase the capacity of power generated from the same water that has been used from this plant.
Thank you.